Along the rugged coast of Northern Ireland lies a place carved not just by nature, but by something far more mysterious. Thousands of perfect hexagonal stones, rising like a staircase into the sea. Some say it was forged by volcanic fire. Others whisper it was built by giants, ancient beings who once walked this earth. But what if both stories were true? What if the truth behind the Giant's Causeway has been hidden, rewritten, and buried beneath centuries of myth? Tonight, we uncover the forbidden history of one of the strangest sights on the planet. Geologists will tell you the Giant's Causeway is a natural wonder, the result of ancient volcanic activity, 60 million years ago. Lava, they say, cooled and cracked into these perfect pillars. But here's what doesn't add up. Why are the formations so mathematically precise, as if molded by intelligent hands? And why do similar stone structures appear across the world, in Scotland, Iceland, even South America, all sharing the same impossible geometry? Could this be a signature, left by a lost civilization? Or something even older, a race remembered only in whispers and myths? The earliest tales tell of Finn McCool, a warrior giant of Irish myth. They say Finn built the causeway with his bare hands, a bridge to reach his rival, Benandinur, across the sea in Scotland. When Benandinur challenged him, the two titans prepared for battle, until Finn's clever wife disguised him as a child. Seeing the infant, Benandinur fled, terrified of the father's imagined size. It's a story every Irish child grows up hearing. But behind every legend, there is a seed of truth. Could giants be a distorted memory of something real, a vanished species of colossal beings? Ancient chronicles from Mesopotamia, the Bible, and even South America all speak of giant builders, the Nephilim, the Anakim, the Watchers. Beings of great stature and strange power, wiped out in a flood or buried beneath the earth. And the Giant's Causeway might be their only surviving monument. Modern science claims the causeway's pillars are formed from basalt, a volcanic rock. Yet when early explorers took samples to study, many of those stones disappeared into private collections. Some reports mention traces of unknown crystalline compounds not found in ordinary basalt. And even today, satellite imaging shows magnetic anomalies around the site, as if something beneath the surface is distorting the Earth's field. Could there be a buried structure under the Giant's Causeway, something the official surveys won't discuss? In 1958, a team of local divers claimed they discovered a submerged continuation of the causeway stretching deep under the sea. But their notes and photographs were mysteriously lost. Coincidence? Or cover-up? In 1798, an obscure explorer named Sir Humphrey Hamilton documented his journey along the Antrim coast. His private journal, never officially published, described a pattern in the stones not of nature, but of design. He sketched symbols etched into the basalt itself, spirals, interlocking circles, and runic shapes that predate Celtic writing by thousands of years. Those sketches vanished soon after his death. When the Royal Geological Society catalogued his effects, his journal pages were missing. Even today, references to Hamilton's findings exist only in scattered letters between British academics, letters that quietly suggest the causeway was once part of a larger network, extending beneath the sea towards Scotland and Iceland. Could this be the trace of a forgotten empire, one that spanned the North Atlantic before recorded history? Marine sonar scans taken in the 1980s revealed something baffling: linear basalt formations extending miles offshore. Official reports called them natural continuations, but the patterns were too symmetrical, too deliberate. A repeating grid, hexagons connected by straight corridors, resembling the foundation of a massive submerged structure. In 2003, an independent research diver, Maeve O'Donnell, released footage of what she claimed was a stone archway 40 meters below sea level, identical in composition to the causeway above. Weeks later, Maeve's footage was removed from the public archive. Her website was shut down. And Maeve herself disappeared. No official statement was ever given. Ancient Celtic Druids believed certain places on Earth pulsed with living energy, ley lines. They called them currents connecting sacred sites. Stonehenge, Newgrange, Skellig Michael, and the Causeway was said to be the Northern Gate. Modern energy mapping shows faint magnetic distortions forming a perfect triangle, connecting the Giant's Causeway, Iona in Scotland, and a point in the ocean where no island now exists. Local fishermen have long spoken of lights under the waves, and compasses that spin wildly when boats drift near the invisible vertex. Could the Causeway have been an ancient power site, built to harness forces modern science still can't explain? Or a gateway to something buried deep beneath the Atlantic floor? A power so old, it predates civilization itself. What if the Giant's Causeway isn't just a natural wonder, or a mythic monument, but a remnant of a lost civilization? Some researchers quietly refer to it as the Atlantis of the North. Theorists suggest that long before the Ice Age, an advanced culture, possibly the same one Plato hinted at, thrived across the North Atlantic. When the cataclysm struck, most of their world sank beneath the waves. But the Causeway remained, the last visible marker of their existence. Geological strata show signs of intense heat and instant vitrification, as if the stones were once exposed to temperatures beyond volcanic levels. A forgotten weapon? A celestial event? Or the end of a civilization erased in fire? The deeper you look into the Causeway's story, the more it seems like someone has been working hard to keep us from knowing its true origin. Beneath the tourist walkways, where the basalt meets the cliff's shadow, there are carvings almost no one talks about. Most visitors never notice them: faint spirals, geometric grids, and markings worn by time and tide. Local guides call them erosion patterns. But under infrared photography, those markings reveal something far stranger: deliberate incisions, following a language no scholar has fully identified. In 1976, a linguist named Dr. Alan Forsyth compared the Causeway symbols with ancient Sumerian cuneiform. To his astonishment, several shapes matched, nearly identical to inscriptions meaning gate, sky, and measure. His paper was rejected by the Royal Society within a week. Soon after, Dr. Forsyth's university funding was revoked, and he was encouraged to retire quietly. Officially, his findings never existed. Unofficially, they point to a connection between Ireland's north coast and the oldest civilization on Earth. Ancient monuments across the globe, from the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of Angkor, often align along invisible paths known as the World Grid. These alignments correspond with magnetic anomalies and gravitational nodes, places where the planet's natural energy seems to concentrate. The Giant's Causeway fits perfectly along one such path, a longitudinal corridor stretching from the coast of Ireland to the mountains of Turkey. Every site along this line, Newgrange, Delphi, Göbekli Tepe, shares common geometry: circular design, hexagonal symmetry, solar alignment. Was the Causeway deliberately positioned as part of a planetary energy system? A network created by civilizations that understood the Earth in ways we have forgotten? If so, the Causeway may not be a relic of myth, but a machine that once harnessed the planet itself. There's another secret hidden in plain sight: a sound. When the wind sweeps through the Causeway's cliffs, a deep, resonant hum fills the air. A frequency so low, it's felt more than heard. In 2012, acoustic engineers from Queen's University conducted an unofficial experiment. They recorded subharmonic vibrations within the stones, frequencies between 7 and 9 Hz, known to affect the human nervous system. At these levels, some people report feelings of awe, others, fear. Was this sound accidental? Or was it the purpose? Ancient myths often describe music of the earth, tones that could heal, awaken, or destroy. If the Causeway was once part of an ancient energy network, the hum of its stones might be all that remains of its forgotten power. Beneath the main cliffs of the Causeway lies a fissure known locally as the Giant's Gate. It's sealed off to the public, for safety reasons, officials say. But in 2018, a drone operator captured something extraordinary. Through the narrow entrance, a rectangular chamber, carved directly into basalt. Inside, faint symbols shimmered under the drone's light, geometric stars and circles, arranged like constellations. Shortly after the footage went viral, the video was removed. The drone pilot received a government notice citing violation of heritage site protection laws. The footage has never resurfaced. Some believe this chamber holds relics of the builders, or perhaps the mechanism that once powered the Causeway's strange resonance. Others think it's an entrance, not to a chamber, but to something deeper, a vault of the giants. Hidden within early Irish manuscripts, older than the Christian chronicles, there is a passage few historians ever mention. It speaks of the North Gate that sleeps beneath the sea, whose stones shall sing when the stars align once more. The monks who copied these lines in the 9th century didn't understand their meaning. But modern astronomers discovered that, every 5,126 years, the night sky above Northern Ireland mirrors the same stellar configuration described in the text, the same alignment that now connects with the Milky Way's galactic core. According to the prophecy, the singing stones would awaken when the line of the sky touches the gate of the deep. And in 2023, that alignment quietly occurred again. No headlines. No coverage. But on that night, local residents near the Causeway reported something chilling. A low, resonant hum that grew so loud it shook windows, and then stopped, as if answering a call from the stars. When archaeologists digitally mapped the entire Antrim coast, they found something staggering. The layout of the basalt formations, the angles, the distances between the major clusters, match a blueprint. Not random. Not natural. But a scaled representation of a constellation pattern, Orion's belt. Across the world, ancient sites mirror the same pattern: Giza, Teotihuacan, the pyramids of China. Each positioned along what ancient myth called the Road of the Gods. Could the Causeway be the northern terminal of that global network, a final anchor stone in a planetary design built by beings who mapped the heavens before recorded history? And if so, who are they? The myths call them giants. The tablets call them gods. But perhaps, they were something else entirely. Beneath the waves off the Causeway's edge, deep sonar has recorded faint mechanical echoes, rhythmic pulses spaced exactly every 11 seconds. At first dismissed as oceanic noise, they were later found to originate from a consistent point, right below the submerged extension of the columns. In one recording, an anomaly appears, a pattern resembling a coded sequence. 3 tones, pause, 3 tones again. Engineers noticed something uncanny. The interval perfectly matches the mathematical rhythm of pi divided by 6, the same ratio used to form the Causeway's hexagonal columns. It's as if, whatever lies beneath those stones is alive, still broadcasting, still resonating, after thousands of years. But who, or what, is sending that message? Some fringe historians believe the Giant's Causeway isn't merely a ruin, it's dormant technology. A kind of ancient harmonic machine, designed to balance Earth's magnetic field. When the stars align, the stones vibrate at specific frequencies, a global synchronization with other megalithic sites. It's said the ancients built this network to maintain stability, to prevent cataclysms triggered by cosmic radiation or solar storms. But if the system fell silent, could that explain the great floods, the sudden climate shifts, the collapse of prehistoric cultures? If that's true, then when the stones hum again, it won't be just an echo of the past. It will be a signal. A sign that something ancient is stirring. Some legends never die, they wait beneath the stones.